What's happening, everybody? MC Squared in the house. Happy Thursday. What's happening, Rob?
Not much, Marty. Good to see you, buddy. Glad to be here on Thursday. What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. Been a week, I guess, since we've really done
Yeah, we went.
anything.
Yeah, we went last Thursday, and
Yeah.
then we kind of shut it down and behaved ourselves a little bit.
God, we don't know what's come over us, but we did. I think I went Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I went 5 days without anything, a beer or nothing, and that's good for this old guy.
Yeah,
So
I had a couple intermittent pours, but for the most part, just just a little rest and relaxation and some recuperation. Boys, it's not at our age. It's just not good to be drinking this poison every day. I love it and want to, but it's just not the best thing in the world to be doing for yourself. That's
and then I had the old doctor's appointment Tuesday, and blood work was part of that. So I kind of needed to get some of the stuff out of the veins for a while. And
so what you're saying is you had even more motivation.
Let's just say, yeah, I needed to, get it squared away. And so far, everything that's come back's been pretty decent. The old thyroid is jacked up, but I don't have one anymore. But that's just a medicine fix on the medication side. So I was happy with all that good stuff. But tonight, guys, I think what we're going to try to do, Rob had a great idea. We're just going to talk whiskey 2023, and what we mean by that is basically we've got like a little list made out of things we want to talk about that we want to try to follow for the year. And it may bore you to death, but this is conversations we feel like you got to have with yourself or your best friends or whatever. But that's just kind of what we thought we'd do. So Rob, what do you think about some of this? I guess flat out, like we're starting to talk about now, the health side of it. That's something we got to consider.
Well, the bottom line, I'm 53 years old, and I'll share something with you. I mean, typically I behave myself during the week. I have a few pours, but usually take at least 4 days off with nothing during the week. Well, since the holidays, I found myself just more and more down here in the old dive bar. And, and something that I wasn't really realizing it. And this might sound strange, but after a good night of drinking, I can't drink coffee in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll stop down at the local gas station on my way out of town to work, and I'll buy a pint of tea, and it has a plastic cap on it. Well, I don't like leaving garbage in my car, so I'll just throw it in my computer bag. Well, the other day when I cleaned it out, there were 10 of those caps in it, which means there were 10 days from Christmas until that day I cleaned that bag out that I didn't feel good enough in the morning to drink coffee. So, and it triggered me to say, hey, man, why don't we just slow it down a little bit? There's nothing wrong with sitting down and having a pour or two, but maybe, maybe not 10, buddy.
Yeah.
But again, as you get older, especially hard liquor, man, it's not good for your heart, your kidneys, obviously your liver, or any of your internal organs. So, just make sure, everybody, that you're doing it with a little bit of, just taking it easy sometimes. There's nothing wrong with having a good time, but for this old guy, it's time to make sure I'm paying attention to what I'm doing.
Hey guys, real quick, I've got people in the chat. Everybody, I will acknowledge you the best we can. Slapshot's here. I just want everybody to I'm not going to go into the details, and Brian can if he wants, but everybody just remember Brian in your prayers. He's having some things going on, and he's going to beat it, and everything's okay. Just he's having a go with some health stuff. So Brian, hang in there, man.
Cheers to you, Brian.
Yeah, Doug H, what's happening? We got 4-Leaf Whiskey. Guys, get over there and sub. Top Dog, our main man, is here. Awesome. Let's see. Daniel H is here. Peter White is here. What's up, man? The kitty. Meow. What's up? Let's see. I think that pretty much catches me up. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Mark is here. What's up, our main man, Mark? Cheers, brother.
What's up, Mark?
But yeah, we just want to get together,
That's
and
it.
the head top dog is here now.
Uh-oh, look out. The
It's here.
real top dog.
Yeah, the real top dog is here. So uh, January 25th is National Irish Coffee Day. Okay, that's good. I can go get some of my favorite cream from Cork County that we have.
Getting back to not being able to drink coffee in the morning, maybe if I put some Irish in it, maybe it would help me just kickstart that morning a little, hair of the
Yeah,
dog.
heck yeah, man. That's a, just put it in the car with you and just go ahead and start drinking and driving at
Right,
6:30.
right.
So you got that going for you.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's just kind of we talk about health and what was it, Rob? Was it last Friday? We were sitting here till 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
Just
something like that.
but we were talking about everything. I mean, from family stuff to this and that, and next thing you know, we're got 15 freaking Glens sitting here dirty, and that's
Yeah.
when we kind of said, okay, that's just, and we all do it. It's all a matter of control and what you want to do and that kind of stuff. But okay, we're moving on. Let's get off the health kick. It's not fun to talk about. It makes everybody nervous. It does me. Uh, let's talk about the time, Rob, we put into some of this stuff. You know,
Well, I put a good bit of time into it, and I don't that's kind of the fun part about whiskey is, I don't mind chasing it and looking for it. And I enjoy coming down here and spending time with what I have. And even if I'm not drinking, I like the way it looks. I like the way it looks on the shelf, and that's fun for me. Or I come down here and think about, okay, what if I moved this here or did this here? Do I need more space? This and that. And that's something else we'll talk about here in a little bit. But as far as the time goes, there's so many aspects to that, whether it's chasing it or researching it. And this guy doesn't do a whole lot of research on it. If it tastes good, I'm in. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But or finding it, and so there is a good bit of time. But most of the time, I enjoy it because I'm either talking to you or Daniel or somebody while we're doing it, and the problem gets into, and I think I mentioned this last week when I kept missing the Midwinter's Night Dram by minutes, Well, hell, I ended up spending at least 3 hours driving around trying to find it. Now that part of it is just ridiculous. But
you're like everybody else in here, Rob. If let's say you did land it in that trip,
yeah,
you're hooked again. It's like playing golf, man. You hit 3 or 4 good shots within the last 5 holes, your ass is coming back. You think you got it. You think you're going to hit it, and that's the hard part about this game.
And
It's like,
again, I don't know for this year, I don't know that I'm willing to play the game as hard. I'm willing to warm the bench a little bit more this year, come in
yeah.
and pinch hit a little bit, or come out of the bullpen once in a while.
Hell yeah.
I'm just not. I'm still an enthusiast, of whiskey, but I'm just not going in head deep, head first anymore, man. It's too much. It's too much money. There is the time factor. There's the health factor. I want to find good bottles at a good price. And again, we've talked about this 1,000 times. I'm more than willing to pay a little bit over for that special bottle. I'm just not getting carried away with it just because everybody I know has it and I don't. So I spend an extra $150 to get it. Those days are over, or having that FOMO or that, and envy of what the YouTubers are doing and things like that. I'm done. I really don't care. I got enough whiskey down here to last a lifetime. Again, if I have an opportunity to get that stuff, I'm all over it. But again, this year I've set a budget and I'm going to try to stick to it. I've bought one, other than that, Stag that you helped me get, that Stag Junior you helped me get. I've only bought one bottle in 6 weeks.
Yeah. And have you poured that, by the way?
I have. Yeah. It's in the glass now.
Yeah. Go ahead and see what you think of that.
Yeah. Well, So I haven't had a Four Roses, just a plain old Four Roses single barrel. Hell,
That's
I'll bet you
yeah.
6, 8. I'm sorry, with the light, you're probably not going to be able to see the details on the bottom, but it's an ES84J. So I think that's the south warehouse or south side of the warehouse. But anyway, this I'll tell you what, it's been a while. As we all know what happened to the cast strength pick I had, But this is botanical, sweet, burnt brown sugar, maybe a little citrus in it. Maybe slightly thin on the palate when I compare it to the cast strength, but we're thinking back to it, but it has very very good flavor all the way through. And there's a unique, and again, I haven't had one of these in a while, finish on this that's, I want to call it maybe vegetal, but in a pleasant way, not like wet hay or anything like that, along with some orange spice.
Yeah.
And I got this in Ohio for $5 cheaper than I can get it in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has gone and raised prices by 4%. Daniel H. on the far right, it's 80-6.
Okay.
Not much, Alan. Thanks for showing up, buddy.
Yeah, Alan, good to see you, man. Stacy, I don't see it. It doesn't mean I don't have it somewhere.
Or did you I just checked my email, so it wasn't me.
It's here somewhere. I'll find it eventually. I'm just slow. But thank you, Stacy, for doing that. Looking. I thought, Rob, I would do a little something that I haven't been into for a while, and they're hitter freaking bottles. Are these Old Scouts, man? I've got two B&B package from Kingsport Picks. I think this one is the higher proof at 57.8, and then that one's 107. And
you can't beat those,
man. Butter, pecans. I just think they're solid bottles, man. For now, granted, this one on the left, the Old Scout pick with the horse on it, the higher proof ones, they just released a North Carolina Wake County pick, and they want $69 before taxes for it.
That's a little steep.
I think it's like, we've talked about before. I think that's too much.
That's a little steep, yeah. Because I can get picks for right around that $50-$55 mark.
Yeah,
but not in Pennsylvania. But Pennsylvania might have had some earlier in the year, but I tend to shy away from the picks in Pennsylvania because whoever the hell's picking them should be fired. They're bad. Almost all of them.
We talked about this, I think, and it might have been private, but you actually said, and I may be wrong, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're going to maybe reach out to the board in Pennsylvania and say, y'all need some freaking help.
I was going to send some type of email. There's no real, you could contact the stores and email, but there's no real, I'm sure there's a way if I looked hard enough, but you know this guy. But here's one right here. I think this bottle was $59. It was over $60 with tax. It's a Remus pick. I've heard good things from people about picks that they have from Remus for a reasonable price. This is hot freaking garbage. It's just bad. And I don't know if whoever's in charge of this in the Commonwealth is just saying, hey, send me a barrel. In Pennsylvania, and these distilleries know Pennsylvania will take the bottom of the barrel, so to speak. Pardon the pun. But I've had two good picks from Pennsylvania in 3 years. One was a Knob Creek 15-year pick in 2021.
Yeah.
And the other one was a Penelope pick, cast strength Penelope pick. The other ones, I've either given away or dumped them because they're garbage.
Yeah, Stacy's right.
Yep.
You know,
I swear to you, nobody's tasting these bottles.
I just wonder. I just wonder if you think, that you're just because a lot of these things will have like master distiller picks or stuff like that, or distillery pick. And I mean, hellfire. If you look at it from a business standpoint, if you got a barrel that's mediocre or not great in the comparison to what you've got in stock, well, shit, if you're not going to physically taste it, well, I'll give you that.
Yep.
Because I can get rid of these barrels within a whole state.
Yep. And you
So
got to
here you
wonder.
go.
You got to wonder if that's what they do. But Knob Creek picks hit here. It has to be going on 3 or 4 months ago. And they're still sitting on the shelves here.
Yeah. Doug's asking about those Middle West spirits. I haven't yet. I don't know. I don't think they're here. Actually, they are here, but the picks aren't. And I hear the picks are where the money's at on those Middle West bottles.
Has anybody seen the new Bardstown distillate out yet? For $40-$50.
And that's something else we were wanting to talk about too. Is when we get into the money allowance and stuff that we mentioned earlier, dude, I've walked away from these Discovery series at $159 here plus tax.
Yeah, I haven't.
You're looking. Hell, Rob, I'm almost to 170 at tax, and he'll throw in another $20-$30 and get a 4-gate, or something.
You're not lying. And listen, I have a handful of the Bardstown stuff. I like them all, some more than others, but they are not worth $130 plus with tax or whatever it comes. And now they're $150 in most places. I'm just not doing it. Yeah. Same with Booker's. The same with the Ardbeg committee picks. I'm just not doing it anymore. I mean, if somebody I trusted said, hey, this new Ardbeg committee pick or this bar, it's out of sight. You got to have it, get to that. I would consider it. But right now, to do it in the blind, what's up, Big Vic? I'm just not doing it, man. I'm done spending all that money on stuff that's just going to sit here anyway and look good look pretty on the shelf.
I tell you, you mentioned Booker's. Okay, I think everybody here knows 1,000 times we passed on all 4 last year and had opportunity to get them, and I know we should have just bought them for probably everybody else that couldn't get them, and sorry about that. I know we probably should have helped everybody out a little bit more than we did, but after the ending of 21. I wasn't going to spend $95 after tax and take a risk on those. I thought the 21s ended up being hot on the finish, and a lot of them just didn't work for me. And I know the 22s got better.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is I think when 2301 comes out, I'm going to go after it. I think I will because we're talking about the budgets and stuff like that. I'm going to give it a whirl and see where I'm going to give them another shot.
Yeah.
And see, and if not, if I don't like it, hey, well, if anybody wants some, I'll send it to you, whatever. But, I haven't done it this past year. And I don't know. I think that's something to look back into is what have you skipped? Like Alan's sitting right here, Rob, but yeah, that is, yeah. If we see it, we're getting it. That's a bottle we've talked about.
Yep, and I saw it hit the UK sites, Alan, and didn't pull the trigger, went back for it, and she was gone, long gone.
Yeah, they are still high, Daniel. There's no doubt about that.
And again, it's just like all the others, just, they're buying all this whiskey up, throwing it in blends and charging $200 for it. I'm okay. I'm okay without it. I do want those, special, and I'm okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm okay spending $200 for a bottle, but it better not be run of the mill with a fancy label on it. Okay. And that's the problem, and again, I think I'm seasoned enough to know mediocre whiskey to good whiskey to great whiskey, but I just don't know anymore, guys. I enjoy talking to you all and the experience of it all more than I do making sure I score a $200 bottle anymore. It's
Yeah.
just,
I mean, I ran all over town. I mean, last week trying to land that Michter's Sour Mash toasted and got lucky just because I timed it right. But I don't find myself doing that much anymore. But, you know, anytime I can pick up a Michter special bottle for $99, I'm just going to do it. You know, that's for me. I like their entire line. They're toasted, so sour mashes and stuff like, or their toasted barrels and cast strength stuff. I think is great. But that, you know, there are exceptions to the rule when you see them. But like great example of that was like we're talking about that Booker's is either you pull the trigger or you don't. You know,
yep.
you got to make that decision if that's what you want and go after it. But yeah,
Right.
I think I'll grab it when I see it for us. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at it like this. I have the last batch of 21, and then I'm sorry, the last batch of 2020, and then all of the 21s. By not buying Booker's this year, I saved $428.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, Daniel, that's a great point, and we're getting ready to get to that. And my next statement I was going to make is if I walk into a store and Carchis is sitting there, if it's sitting there, and Booker's is sitting there, I'm going to buy the Carchis again. I am. That or that any of those John Milroys. For me, that's kind of where it's at. Yeah, heck yeah, Top Dog. We love what you're doing, man. That's a great hobby. Uh, we're going to have you back on soon, you and Renee, and let you talk about some of those. I won't call them mash bills, but some of those blends that you're doing in those barrels and the time frame they sit in the windows and the staves and the cubes and stuff you're putting them is awesome. It's a great way to do this.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
They still have it,
Hard to find whiskey. Still okay.
All right. Damn it, Greg McDonald.
Yeah. Yeah, see,
Greg.
Daniel backs me on that.
Greg, you got me looking at labels now.
Yep. He grabbed one. Yeah, and the Irish stuff. Daniel said the same thing. You know, Stacey, if I had your phone number last night, I was going to text you. I saw the Powers. I think it was the orange and white label, and I'm trying to remember the other bottle they had behind the bar, and they were like $8 pours, maybe cheaper. And I was going to say, well, I wonder which one I should get, if not both. And I didn't, and I just didn't. Well, I drank water last night, but yeah, I need to start working on that better. But yeah, I bought Dad at Christmas that, was it Keeper's Heart? Is that the one, Rob, that Stacy sent us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the whiskey barrel finished one. And he loved it. And yeah, we tore it up on Christmas Eve. So yeah. I like going a different route.
Hey, Stacy, that dead rabbit is here. Did you tell me that was good?
God almighty. What are you, the Beverly Hillbillies?
You talking to me?
A 30-year Tawny Port with Jepson's. Oh my goodness. Wow, I bet that's a hitter. Hell, that's a $40, $50 port at Top Dog's house, man, with that 30-year in it. That's awesome, man. Alan, yeah, Master of Malt still has Boona 12 cast strength. Yeah, if it wasn't for this guy right here, that's where I tried it. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Hey, there's Fred. What's up, man? Fred, I was going to tell you, you won tonight's giveaway since, we're just going to let you win.
Yeah. You had to be here to get it, though. You're too late.
The port was from 68. Wow. Rob was, what were you, Rob? 25?
Me?
Yeah, 68.
Yeah, you bastard. Yeah.
But, yeah, okay, something else we wanted to touch on, guys, with everybody and jump in the chat and tell us these bottles. Inexpensive. When I say inexpensive, I'm talking $60 to $70, and 70 may be pushing it. Bottles that you can buy regularly where you live, that when you get down and you see it again, you either buy it to back it up or you'll always have it. What are some of those bottles? And Rob's got one of them sitting on his counter that he bought today that will always be mine.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben. Excuse me.
What's up, Ben? And you know, these were off the shelf for a little while.
Yeah, you had a hard time for a while finding that.
Yeah, I bet you it was a good 4 or 5 weeks they were off the shelf. Daniel H says 1920, rare breed, obviously. I would go even the Knob Creek, just the standard 120.
Yeah, I do the Kentucky Spirit. I need
and
it gets hard to find, man. It's like other shit, man. It gets hard to find. Jepson's one of my everyday drinking. It's only $22. See,
and what is that? 4 to 6 year old MGP, Top Dog,
Kilcairn 12. Alan says absolutely. Yeah. Also, early times bottled in bond. And I tell you what, guys, if you live in a non-ABC state, you need to be trying to find the old bottles. And it was funny, me and Rob. It was probably 2 weeks ago. We were sitting here trying to find something to drink together, and I said, "Let's do it early times." And hell, we didn't realize we both had the old bottles, and they were so good.
Yep. Pennsylvania's getting early time bottled in bond for the first time ever.
Wow. Oh yeah, I'll get you, Daniel. Yeah, Russell's single barrels.
Yeah.
Rob's. We got to get this in Rob's hands too.
Yeah,
sneak it straight from the barrel.
So I've had a shot at that a couple times. It's just I don't know if I want to go down that damn rabbit hole.
Well, you don't put Japanese in the equation on that.
Yeah,
because if I poured it for you and didn't tell you what it was, you would just be like, "Damn, this is good."
Yeah,
and the feeling that you get with that is it's really good, and that is one of the few bottles in the last year and a half I've seen go down in price.
Yeah.
It's like $79 here now, and it was $99 for a long time back in Tennessee. So, Pete says Glenal 12. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 4 to 6, Rob, is what Top Dog said.
What I figured.
Yeah.
But, at 4 to 6.
Now, that's a good one. Stacy brings up a good one there. I've not had that one.
Yeah, who was I think it was Anthony, the Neophyte.
Yeah.
Anthony was telling us he picked that up and liked it, I believe. And that's a reasonably priced bottle for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ben, it's not. You're right. Yeah, it's a hitter. Hey, Adam, what's up, man? The shits is here.
Oh, okay, Ben. Well, there you go. It just has a little... I got you. All right. Well, maybe I'll grab it. I mean, is it worth $60-$70?
I think so. For me, I had to see back when I got it.
What's up, Adam?
Daniel H is the one that taught me or told me to get it. If hell, he might have even got it for me. It's hard to say. He probably did. Actually, I think he did. You did, Daniel. You sent me that bottle because I can tell you, God Almighty. Usually, Rob, I can't tell you where I park, but I remember this. I won a bottle on Bobby Stream, and it was Eagle Rare, and Daniel said, "Let me send you something else." And I said, "Okay," and that's what he sent me.
Huh.
Yeah, these damn old Scouts, God Almighty, they're good everyday sippers.
Absolutely. And that's 4 to 6 year old MGP, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Whack and OH last night, they had a bottle. Jeffrey got OH a bottle of the Buzzard's Roost Cigar Rye Pick.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we were all sitting there telling him, "Hey, can you go get more?" And he goes, "No, I got the last 2 they had." I thought that was pretty damn awesome. I said, I can't imagine how good that son of a bitch is.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Wish you wouldn't have said that. Now I want to drink it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Heck yeah, he's got to try it, Daniel. I think he'd love it. It's the worst pouring. Dan O.B., what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. As always,
yeah, don't you have to put like a pourer on it or something?
Oh, it's terrible. It's over here. I'd get it, but I'd fall down with all the cords and stuff. It's
a
square bottle with a little bitty opening in the middle. When you pour, that shit goes everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's that little. It's got like a little stubby neck on it.
Yeah, it's got a screw on top, which there is nothing wrong with that, in my opinion.
I don't know. Don't matter to me as long as the whiskey comes out.
But going back to what we were talking about, Rob, a little bit. We were talking about space. And Greg McDonald has all kinds of space. And he's a prime example, of what great space can do for your bottle collection. But for somebody like me and Rob, like, you have to ask yourself, what's your end game? What's your plan here with this stuff?
Is it just to fill the entire room with whiskey? Is it, to get that's another thing, so there's a whole line of a particular brand called Michter's or Penelope, or you name it. Do you have to have every single one of them, even if you're going to drink it or not, just because you got to have that lineup?
Yeah.
Greg is spacey. You got that right, Sugar Kitty.
Yeah, that bottle's so good. Now, it's funny, man. Last week, Rob got back into it, and it worked for him. When he first got into it, it wasn't happening.
Yeah, I think it just needed to get a little air to it because, well, and its defense too, I had other things to drink before it, plus had been drinking dirty martinis during the afternoon, and so. But man, once it hit me, I was like, okay, hello, that's a very good MGP bottle there for sure.
Yeah, it's
that is MGP, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, and I can still find the toasted rye here. I saw it today, and it's like $75.
Yeah,
that's that threshold, man, where you're like, God Almighty, But I'm glad I got it. I've had it for several months since I guess went back to Tennessee before Christmas. But
what's the proof
I've
on
yet
that, Marty?
Huh?
What's the proof on that?
I don't know. Renee could probably tell me real quick. It's over there across the room. I had to move it, or I can't keep it here in arm's length. It'll be gone. But another thing, Rob, I wanted to touch on before it gets away from us, picks. Well, we kind of talk about picks a little bit. And, at the end of 21, we were talking about, let's make, 2022 the year of the picks. Well, in my opinion, picks got absolutely crazy.
Yep.
And there's so many whiskey clubs now. There's so many organizations that you can be part of. And there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of them. But when you start, like for me, I'm in a couple of them. And one of them.
Thanks, Renee.
It's just, God almighty. Oh, 105, she said, on that toasted. If you're paying a monthly fee to have the opportunity and still don't get it, that sucks.
Big time.
But it's a risk. I guess that's technically a risk reward thing.
And
with
a
that,
lot of these guys are doing a great job picking this stuff. But I'll just come out and say it out loud. I got other responsibilities, other financial responsibilities that I can't afford to be a member, pay the shipping, maybe get it, maybe not. And I wish them all the success in the world, and I hope they get it. Go get it, especially if they're doing good stuff. And for me, it doesn't make sense to pay a subscription every month.
Yeah.
And again, Top Dog, you're right. There's one every week. Then there's, hard feelings if you don't get it. And,
and even feel guilty if you don't,
right.
On top of that,
so I've avoided it. And I think I've said it on a live stream before, if I can support you in another way, but I'm done with the contributions to YouTube channels. I don't ask it on this one. I don't ask it from you unless you're getting something for that money. But as far as, a club or Patreon or anything like that, I just, I don't subscribe to them because I was in way too deep is what I'm saying, guys and girls, is that I was spending probably well over $100 or $200 a month. in everybody's club and this and that. And then you got to buy the bottles on top of it. And I thought to myself, I'm only 9 years away from retirement. I have a kid in college. I got another one going to college. There's other responsibilities here. It's time to start thinking about the future and not just today. And whiskey has had an impact on my pocketbook, to be quite honest with you, from making bad decisions. And not being in part of a club is a bad decision, because it's not. If it's somebody that you enjoy their content and you want to support them and you want to be part of what they're putting out there, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But for me, it's just not a wise decision. And quite frankly, I just felt like, okay, I'm going to take that $200 and I'm going to put it towards buying a bottle of whiskey. And I'm trying to limit what I'm buying on a monthly basis. And that limit is somewhere in that $200 range a month. And maybe that's even too much, but it's quite frankly better than what I've been doing.
Well, that brings up another point too. Greg's great about this. Daniel's great about this. Sugar Kitty. There's a lot. Alan, hell, Top Dog Grenade. Everybody that I see in the chat is great about this. Is when it comes to sharing. If you do have a lot of stuff, there's a lot of great friends and family that we have on here, and I consider most everybody here family. It's just all you got to do is ask. Hey man, can I try? Yep. It's on its way.
Speaking of that, Vic, I still owe you. I got everybody taken care of, and you're next, Vic. I just need some more bottles, and I'll get those out to you.
Yeah, just empty out some Scotch samples. Don't wash them out and put that in it and send it to Vic.
I wouldn't do that to you, Vic, if you're still here, buddy. Wouldn't do it to you.
Oh, Little Book 2020. Wow.
Yeah, something like that. That's another one that I've passed on many times because I just don't trust it.
You know what? It's funny, Top Dog, you said that because I got an email from Nashville Barrel to where you can get on there and Nashville Barrel, that they're doing barrel picks that you can just sign up to do. So they're really pushing that. Hey Steve, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. But yeah, Sugar Kitty's right. Busting balls is more fun. I love it. Top Dog sent me a text. See. Oh yeah, hot dog night, man. Freaking love it. Yeah, we got to do that again. Another hot dog night on Whiskey Nose. That was fun. But yeah, that's kind of the stuff we wanted to cover. Y'all let us know what you think, about these topics, and how great everybody is on sharing. And like I said, Ben's great about buying bottles for people. If he's got access to stuff a lot of people don't, so does Stacy, so do we to an extent.
Yeah, it just depends, because I'm just seeing the prices go up and up and up, and there's people out there paying it, man. I don't know if it's gonna ever get any better. I could keep on doing the same thing over and over again and having that regret, or just pick and choose what I'm going to buy and be happy with it, and go from there. I mean, I still enjoy this part of it, talking to you guys and talking to you, Marty, and meeting other folks with like,
the same things,
feelings about the whiskey. But at the end of the day, it's time to be responsible on many different aspects of this. And again, health, cost, space, time, the whole deal. It's time to just gear it down a little bit.
Yeah, that I tell you what, Top Dog, I don't know if you have it. I know Rob does, I do, and some other people in the chat probably do. But the Nashville Barrel picks from Mash and Journey back in the middle of the summer, those two were so damn good. It'd be hard to try another one, So I don't know. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I don't know if they do half barrels or full, make you do full barrels at Nashville Barrel. I don't know what their yield is on those picks. But that would be interesting to see. Greg said, talk to a local. He said, expects to Elijah Craig Barrel. Oh, that'd be great, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet here, Greg.
Mm-mm.
Last 2 times, man, it's been here before the 5th or 6th of the month, and then this time,
Yeah,
nowhere to be found. It says 3 counties out east have it, but every time I check the website to see if it's come to the western part of the state, all those bottles are still there, which makes me wonder if it's nonsense because they haven't moved. And you would think that someone would have grabbed them up out there.
yeah, yeah. It is right, Ben. I think everything should be at 375. Yeah, I just don't know what they're charging for all that, and what you got to pay a distributor and all that, or whatever. Yeah, we didn't see. I didn't see the C922 at all ever here, and I saw A and B no problem last year. So I don't know what the hell the deal is.
Hard to say.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, like these old scouts, dude. Just butter, sweet corn.
Can't be. I finished mine up and never replaced that bottle. I'm gonna have to grab one of those. I think
Drinking
I know where
some
there's
Christmas ale.
I know where there's a couple picks.
Tear it up.
Get some. See, that's that's about my price range right there.
Yeah.
$4.99 a 6-pack.
Yeah, glass supply. Yeah, is that another issue coming back? I know we had issues early last year. Yeah.
Man, I would have loved to have got my hands on one of those Coy Hill bottles. Not the big one. I got that one, and it's great, but I wanted that 375 real bad.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a hold of one.
Yeah, it'd be interesting what that is. Is the new one now malt finished?
It is
or something.
It is.
Yeah.
Retailing for $69.99 here if I ever see it. I'll probably buy it if I can get it at that price. I'm not overpaying for it this year. And if I don't get it, that's fine too. I'm not a huge fan of American single malts. Not that I've had a million of them, I've had some. I don't know what it is. I'm just not. I'd rather just have Scotch, But this one I'd like to have for the collectability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it looks good on my shelf. You know how I am.
I know. Well, but that's okay. That's part.
Yeah. And again, at $70 plus tax, that's okay. Not at $400 plus tax.
No, but just like you said, man, it's if that's part of your cycle of you want it because you want it on your shelf. That is your game, your plan, and do it.
Night,
Good
Alan.
to see you, man.
Cheers,
Alan,
buddy.
Enjoy your time away and off with the lady. Cheers, buddy.
Yeah. So, I'm interested to see what type, what hypocrite level I'm at 6 months from now when we're talking about this, but I'm going to try hard to stick to it this year. We'll see.
Yeah. I saw
I'm seeing those Bowman barrels now for $79.
God almighty.
Not paying it. I like that bottle. I like it at $50.
No, that's a lot, man. That can be a go-to drinker too, Rob, if it's $50 and under.
Right. And did Bowman switch to their own distillate yet?
I don't know.
I don't know. If you guys know, fire that in the chat because they're supposed to be going to their own juice here soon, if not already.
I'm looking around and other bottles that we like that are really inexpensive are those broken barrels, Rob. Like that rye. We tore up that rye into summer. What was the other one? Was it a 115?
The 150.
Is that what it was?
Where the hell is it? I don't know where I put it. Yeah, the 115 stay finish.
Yeah.
It's good. And for $39, I'd probably take that over a Maker's some of those Makers picks are good, man, but I've had a couple shitters of them, and I didn't like the BRTs this year all that much. They're freaking young.
Never saw them.
I mean, they were $60. They were priced reasonable, but I don't know, man. Maybe I've evolved to the point where I'm not a huge Maker's Mark fan to begin with, but I liked last year's.
Yeah. Daniel took care of me on those. Yeah, that was. They were very nice. I still got some left over there.
This year, they just come off so young, mid palate. I mean, there's some flavor there. Don't get me wrong, but they just come off young, and I don't know if I think next year, hopefully, I have the opportunity to talk to somebody before they.
Oh God!
Before I buy them,
I'd just go play golf.
Man, golf. Psh.
Hey, Shane, what's up?
Look at that. Mr. Shane Long in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
I have to heal. If I can replace, yeah. I'll tell you another one that I think is really good. And Rob, I don't know. Correct me. I don't know if it's hard for you to find or you just haven't replaced it yet. It's the old Granddad Bottled and Bond.
Bottled and Bond's here every day.
Okay.
It went up. It's about $25 here now.
Yeah.
It used to be a little bit cheaper, but
it's another keeper for me.
It's another one. I need to replace that, and my 114's getting low. I'm still seeing that around $36. Need to replace that, and I think I'm going to do the old Scout. But something that Marty and I talk about. I'm afraid, okay, so I go out and replace all of them in one shot, and then the next thing you know, I get a call from Marty or Daniel or somebody saying, "Hey, found this bottle. It's $125. You want one?" I'm like, "Man, I just spent $125 on shelfers," and then you gotta say, hey. So, and then if I want to stay in that budget, I got to be careful. But again, those ones are on the shelf all the time. Another one is the Evan Williams Bottled and Bond that I like a lot that I'd like to replace. But again, you can buy them one at a time. It's not like you need to buy them all at one time. But
yeah, Cooper's Craft is another one that I think most everybody can find pretty regularly, and that Brown Foreman it's so good. I gave one to my boss for Christmas, and she loved it.
Since we're talking about Bowman, I think I'll have a drop.
Yeah, it's good. Pikesville Rye is another one that comes to mind.
That's another one I haven't replaced.
Yeah, see, there you go. There's 2 or 3 just right off a damn shot. You know what, Mark? That damn bottle here is $65 and it's allocated, and I love that Bottled and Bond, 100 proofer. Yeah, Mark, that's great. It's over there. Another one I would love to keep all the time is the Henry McKenna 10. But damn, it's $65, $69 now and highly allocated.
Seeing them over $70 now. Not here in Pennsylvania, but Maryland, they're just through the roof. I think the last one I paid for was $54, and that was last year sometime.
And that's just, damn it, man, it's ridiculous now.
Oh wow. Okay. So Greg, is that the new? That's the new distillate, or is that still Buffalo Trace? Or did you already say that and I missed it? I can't read that.
What is it?
It says, does this say Virginia Straight Bourbon? Yeah, it does. Okay.
I think Slapshot lives close to there.
Well, remember we were talking one night and you texted him about the cask strength, the distillery only?
Yeah, we didn't know that. Yep, distillery only.
I heard that is a hitter bottle.
Mm.
But, something else I want to do this year, and I have yet to try a whiskey from Pennsylvania. So that's on my 2023 list, is to try some local distilleries.
I'll tell you something I figured out. I was watching Jason's stream last night. There's a bottle. It's made by Mystic Distillery, and they're supposed to age it or something in outer space.
Come on now!
And I can't remember. I can't remember the grands that it costs. I mean, it's like 70 grand.
Doesn't it cost like $10,000 an ounce?
Yeah, it's absolutely
send something into space.
Hey, Katie.
What's up, Katie?
Yeah, no, I mean it's asinine.
I
And,
mean,
and
come on,
Jason
man. That's
said,
ridiculous.
"Well, what's funny?" Jason said, "I've never heard of that distillery. It's 10 minutes away from here, and I've been there, and I've
And
got one of their barrel proofs, and it's good. But it's like, are you shitting me? Okay, who are you? I want to go up there and say, okay, who are you doing this with? How's this work?" And Jason brought up a great point. Is it's freezing cold in outer space.
right.
So, it will break it down eventually. It's not going to be good. I'm like, what a gimmick, you know?
It's horseshit at what it is, but there's people out there with enough money to buy that crap, and good for them. Buy it up. Leave the good stuff on the shelf for us.
People in chat were like, Elon Musk will have one, and Jason goes, the hell he will. They'll give it to him. He won't have to buy it,
Yeah.
I don't know what
Whatever.
the hell they do, Daniel. It makes no sense to me, but apparently that's something that's. And the funny shape, you need to Google it because there's jokes being made about the topper on it. It kind of looks like a trailer hitch. I'll let you all make your own assumption on what I mean by
even
that.
if they're sending up these little 5-gallon barrels or whatever the hell they're doing, it's still the temperature's maintained inside the craft, so it's not.
You ain't getting nothing. It's just I don't know. Well, okay,
you're just drinking space whiskey. That's all. It was in space.
Yeah, I want some space whiskey. Daniel said. So, Z man, good to see you. Good to see you. Is liquid? What's it do in space? Does it float?
Well, if it's contained inside something, it doesn't do anything. But once it goes out into the air, yeah.
So if the barrel's not full, it's kind of just.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't know,
maybe.
man. I mean,
I don't give a shit.
We've got some rocket scientists on here. Ben, let us know.
Hey guys, so just so you know, MC Squared Whiskey's going to have a pick. I just rolled it down the freaking road a couple times and back, and then it's sitting in my garage next to the bicycles. Yeah, it's only going to be $259 for a 375.
That's what we ought to have, a bicycle pick. Just put it on the back of the kid's bike and let him roll it down the freaking road for about 30 minutes.
And we got one, here. I aged one there near the Clareton Works there, the steel mill. There's one there.
I agree.
There's one barrel up next to the graveyard. I don't think any of the water ran into it, but it's fine. Those ones are a little more expensive.
We need to patent that, Shane, somehow, so they can't do it. It's damn ridiculous, man. More gimmicky stuff, we could talk about. But I no offense, Shane, about this, but I'm kind of over finished whiskey a little bit too. Just a little bit. I just want more regular bourbon now.
Yeah, I like some
for a while. I still love the finishes. Don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of over it for just a little bit.
Well, we had that conversation the other night as well. So there's a few 14-year-old whiskeys out there that are finished, and why do you finish a 14-year-old whiskey? Was it over oaked? Is it just garbage? If you have a 14-year-old whiskey, why not just put it out there?
Yeah,
and people that know more than me say that that's not a problem with them, and but I don't know. Or what was it like? Has it been shit the whole time you've been tasting it? I don't know. I mean, as it aged in the barrel. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't understand why you want to do that. But the other side of that too, Rob, is it could be so damn good. Let's just try to make it better. Let's give it something.
To me.
I'm just tired of all the young whiskey. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'd like to get my hands on one of them. I've never seen one in the wild. Those do pop up on their site from time to time, but I don't know if they ship here or not. Probably not.
Yeah. Somebody, the other night said, they're MGP'd young whiskeyed out. But my comment back to them, I didn't say it out loud or anything, but my comment was, well, that's what you're getting, and a lot of it is very good.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with.
Don't knock it. Don't throw it under the bus just because it's 4 to 6.
I don't have a problem with it.
And that's not what Daniel's saying. It's just,
as long as it's priced right.
Yeah.
The old scouts of the world. TD was talking about Jepson's, Shane's picks that he put out a little while ago. At cash strength, it's good, and the price is right. But if you're trying to mask it as something else and sell it for $125, that's where the bullshit comes in.
Yeah, you got to check yourself again. 2 years ago, I'd have been all over it. I don't even know how I did it then, but it's just got to draw some lines, baby.
Right, Top Dog. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, you talking about the tree whiskey? Tree finished. Oh, hell. But no, good stuff, man. Good stuff. But yeah, that's just kind of where we're thinking, guys, where we're at. We're still leaning pretty damn heavy towards Scotch, with stuff we can get on some sites and stuff like that. And we've really enjoyed doing that. Probably Rob, the last 6 months, pulling stuff out that we getting from websites that, we won't find here. Sugar Kitty knows how to find stuff. Daniel, Greg,
I lean on Daniel a lot, and I really appreciate, the nice thing about Daniel, if he doesn't know, he tells you. He's not, or he knows somebody that knows, and then, it's a great connection to know what you're buying, and that's something I'm focusing on more and more, especially this year. Before I buy something, I want to know somebody that I trust tells me, yes, I'm somewhat familiar with your palate. We talk about whiskey all the time. You're more than likely going to like this. And hell, Daniel says a lot of times, hey, buddy, you don't like it, I'll take it from you. It'll be fine. And those are the things that, matter to me more these days, is the friendships and the bonds that we're building with each other. And that tops any expensive whiskey twofold, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's all about being with everybody and talking about what each person likes. And, especially when you develop this trust, like we have with, I would say, everybody that's in the chat. We know everybody that's here, that your opinion matters, and it does influence what I buy and what Rob buys, I think, and where we go on this journey. Hey, Dan, what's up, man? Good to see you. Guys, tune in to his channel Monday. It'll be a good little battle going on there. So, but yeah, that's just kind of where we're at right now with our thinking, with our money, with our health, all that good stuff. Anything else you can think of, Rob, before we go?
I think that's it, buddy. We'll try to be back here next Thursday,
Yeah.
As long as everything's running smooth, and we'll try to put something else other than us just running our mouth.
I've got an idea. I've got a thought about doing maybe a show, Rob, where we can do whiskey that a lot of people just shit on that we do enjoy.
Yeah, maybe. Let's talk about it through the week and see if we can't put something together. You guys hit us up in the chat if you have an idea and something you like, something you don't like, or whatever you want from us, man. We'll try to put something together for you. That's for sure. We're
going to try to do maybe the next week or so, 2 weeks. We'll do some open it up a little bit, let some people on to reevaluate and talk about some of these topics that we've talked about in the last few weeks, almost like a round table. What are you feeling? Come on and talk about it, kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah, something like that, and try to keep it from turning into a shit show with everybody talking over each other and things like that. Maybe if we can keep it organized, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, absolutely. Greg, I hope to. It depends on what goes on at the office. Last week was an absolute disaster. So we'll see. Hey, Top Shelf, good to see you, man. But how about the single bottle? Yeah, that's a good question. I've got some ideas for sure. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit us up in the chat. Leave comments. Let us know what you think. And Rob, buddy, I guess I'll see you next week.
Appreciate you, brother. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming in.
Cheers, everybody.